Welcome back, everybody. We are now, I think we're on like 8. God, I'm so bad at this. Why am I so bad at remembering what our thing is?
I think you're right, 8.
But yeah, so welcome back to another episode of the Gaifus for Laifus podcast. Sadly, we are the 3 Gaifus. Right now, one of our members, Chris, is currently unavailable. But here with me today are...
It's me, Gunner.
And Raul.
And today we're actually going to be taking it from what we have decided to be kind of easy and just kind of have a conversation about everything in the fandoms and what we're feeling, what we're doing now, what news has popped up in the Twitter spheres.
Yeah, today we're gonna keep
Yep.
just three weebs chilling, just weebs,
bro.
dudes being dudes.
Yeah. 3 dope boys on a podcast.
There you go.
Yes.
For anyone
Like that.
listening, that was a Flatbush reference. I don't know. I don't know if you all know Flatbush.
Although, yeah, that's the real target demographic we're gonna hit. We're trying to get
You're right.
the Doom. We're trying to get the Doom rap fans, Flatbush.
Hey, they
that.
like anime too.
Listen, exactly. And then for anybody listening to the last episode, we will be talking about Harry Potter versus Star Wars. What we like, what we don't like, what's better, what's worse. But we're gonna wait for Chris for that. That way, it's not a one-sided discussion. So
Yeah.
keep it nice and hot. Because we would like. Yeah, go ahead.
Which Universal studio has the Star Wars?
Disney has it.
Both Disneylands have it. It's just size.
Oh, it's Disneyland, huh?
Yeah, it's just size
Okay.
depending on what. So like the ones in California are smaller, and then the
Yeah.
ones. Because
Yeah.
I think the one in Orlando has Diagon Alley, and then
Yeah,
ours
yeah.
is Hogsmeade. In LA.
Gotcha.
Honestly though, butterbeer is
Yeah, it was lit.
it's cream soda, like vanilla ice cream and something else.
Oh yeah, I've actually had it too. It's really good. Actually, I enjoyed it.
Is there actually alcohol?
No.
I don't
if
want
you,
it.
If you sneak your own and do that,
I don't want it.
and you're
Well,
and
actually-
you're age of 21, just
Yeah, because at
I am.
at Universal you can go like I got beer over at the Simpsons section. You can buy like Duff beer.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
that
does
was
it
actually
taste like
pretty
anything? Does it taste like a
What should taste like?
No, it's
like a
legit.
Coors or like?
It's legit beer. Yeah, it's like a Coors.
Uh,
It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. I got
it's like, what's
I got-
what's the
I got-
generic version of Rolling Rock? It's like Keystone or whatever. Or
yeah, exactly. It's
Keystone.
some Keystone.
the
I
Kirkland
got-
brand.
I was ripped on the fucking Simpsons ride, man. It was an experience. And I got the big pink donut. That was good too. It was,
Ooh,
it was a good.
Looking,
It was a
looking
good time.
forward to this Mario World.
Bro, I've
that's
seen
not the
it-
one
I've seen it
opening in
on the
Japan?
TikToks. That's
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
US is set to open in 2025 or 2027.
Really?
2027.
Yeah, they're gonna build one here.
It's gonna be like in Phoenix or something.
Something wild.
Yeah. It's dope though. It's like super interactive. I think I watched the video of it on YouTube, and Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of Mario, for those of you who don't know, Mario, Zelda. He's like the Stan Lee of like Japanese Nintendo, basically.
Yeah.
Didn't he also make a post once saying like Mario is his son and like Princess Peach is his wife? Like I remember him making a weird ass statement like
No,
that one time.
listen.
I don't know.
Don't bring our gods to Earth, please. Just leave them where they are.
Listen,
Gunner.
it's either you die a hero or you live long enough to be the villain.
Gunner, can I pay you money to try to jump through one of the paintings if we ever go to Super Mario World?
Yeah, because they have when you walk in, there's the middle section, like in Super Mario World, with all the paintings. They have that part, so like you can like, and they like change and stuff. So
I'll do it for the pod.
there you go.
I'll
For
do it
free?
the pod.
Okay, bet.
For free.
Get banned.
You heard it here.
For that cloud. Yeah, that would be such a
Keep
a
up with the
good thumbnail.
TikTok to see
We got
see results in a couple
the
years.
Weebs banned from Disney or Mario Land.
Be those YouTubers who like are put like all outraged that they got banned, and you find out they like broke like the cardinal rule. I got kicked out of an airplane. Well, I yelled bomb. Like, I don't know.
How was I
How you
supposed to
bait
know?
people with thumbnails.
Why are they mad? I don't get it. I didn't have one on me. Stupid. So what's new in our lives, guys? What's new in our nerddom lives? I mean, I can pose this question. So for those of you who aren't aware, like, I mean, Gunnar talks a lot about his waifu, and I know, Raul, you have a special someone in your life, correct?
I'm actually engaged, so
All right. Well, he's farther ahead, and so
yeah, we need a relationship.
Making us all look bad.
You know, hit me up.
I think Raul actually, we've all had pretty long relationships. Raul's has the longest. Yeah, he's on 8 years right now.
Yes, sir.
Barely beat us.
Yeah.
Hey, dub's a dub.
Honestly, but good.
So the question I have is, so how is it for your significant others knowing that you're like, I know Raul isn't as deep in the hole as like me and Gunnar are, like about the weeb fandom and stuff like that. But how is it for you guys, like dating and like introducing your significant other into like this fandom,
different realm?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for me, we went to separate colleges, so we did a long distance thing. So for a long time, we kind of did our own things. Mm-hmm. So I got into anime when I went to college with the people that I had met, and it became really big in my life. So when she moved in with me after we finished, you know, she kind of started to get introduced to it with me as I was going along. So I got her into like One Piece, and she still discovered a couple on her own. So she's a big like horror buff. She loves scary movies. So the way we kind of came into it was like we started watching like the darker kind of animes, you know, like Parasite, you know, and then that got her kind of get the ball rolling for her. So she likes it. Her dad's also a tattoo artist. So she's really big into like art. She likes to draw. She likes that part of anime. So it was really easy to get her to like join. But I will say there are some animes I just, you know, watch on my own.
Yeah. No, you know? I know the feeling.
I mean, I know she understands like that's just the Japanese culture, and that's like kind of what happened. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But you can't be watching my girlfriend is a gal.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, listen.
Only in the holiest of hours.
But we are on good terms in case she does walk in.
Yeah.
That's good.
You're like that. Was it that SpongeBob episode where Sandy's looking for SpongeBob and she like lifts it and there's that dude on the tricycle and he's like, I can explain.
Yes.
Exactly. It's really funny that you mentioned that your girlfriend's really into the horror aspect, whereas my waifu Jessica, she hates horror. She hates blood. So I actually have the opposite spectrum. So I mean, like, when we first were dating, she has 3 brothers, so they're already in. So she's watched like anime and like she was into video games and stuff, but just not on the same level, you know. But so then when we really started like getting to know each other in college and stuff, I tried to get into animes, and especially when we started living on our own, because that's honestly like all I would do sometimes.
Yeah.
It'd be animes, or I'd be over at Daniel's house trying to play some DnD with my level 3 barbarian.
Yep.
Shout outs. But so I've tried to always pick like those really, either I try to go very like a happy. So I've been trying to get her into like My Roommate is a Cat. There's this one on Crunchyroll we started watching. It's called like My Room, or like my Pet Mummy.
Oh yeah. I have a pet mummy or something.
Yeah. Currently we're watching Inuyasha. We bonded over My Hero. She loved that one. But like I try to get her like to watch horror stuff, but she won't do it. She's like, if there's blood, I'm out. And I'm like, fuck, this is rough. And then she's like, if there's titties, I'm out too. And I'm like,
damn.
Oh no.
You know, it actually works good for me and Kayla, because like I said, she likes horror and I don't. But it gets me to watch those other animes that I wouldn't normally watch by myself. because I actually enjoyed them a lot more than I thought I would. So
Yeah, I think
Paris. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know. I was gonna say I feel like an anime too. Like the whole when we think horror, we think like it's gonna be as lit as like Insidious or like. In reality, like there really is no truly like horror. Like there's nothing that I've seen that matches like The Exorcist. You know what I mean? I think because it's in an animated form, it's not as like scary. That's just me.
Got you. I think sometimes it can be scary. Like I'm trying to think of one that creep. Nah, I can't really think of an anime that's really creeped me out. But I do love the story. Like I love Parasite. I think was like that was a really good one. And I heard that might be doing a reboot on that. Not a reboot, but a season, like a sequel. So I'm really excited to see about that. But another one I really enjoy that had that horror element was it was on my top 10 Psychopaths.
Yeah.
And it was more like a thriller. I wouldn't say like a horror.
Yeah.
But it had like that thriller and like that, like what if society was like it's the Joker. I mean, we live in a society. That's what it is.
I think there's scarier manga than there are actual like animes. If that makes sense.
Well, wasn't that the whole thing with the what's it that just dropped on Funimation, the horror one, the starts with a J.
Oh, Juni. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Junji Ito.
Yeah, the Junji Ito, right? And that's supposed to be like the manga is supposed to be like really scary. Yeah. But then the anime dropped, and it just dropped not too long ago.
Yeah, when it dropped last year.
Yeah, and it's just like kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's a lot of body horror more than like actual horror. Like, so people are twisted in different shapes and stuff. Yeah. Like that. And yeah, like a lot of people's art are like Tokyo Ghoul is supposed to be a horror anime, and you definitely feel it more in the manga than you do in the show.
Raul and I were just talking about Tokyo Ghoul. I told him because I think you and your girlfriend are watching.
Yeah, this is the next one we're watching together.
So let me give you some advice. So for those of you who enjoy Tokyo Ghoul is easily my favorite manga of all time. I think it's just really fucking well written, and I see the messages. I'm one of those guys who's like, oh, there's a message in this. Like I could find the message in My Girlfriend Is a Gal. Like that's how like deep into this I go. And there is a message, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so for Tokyo Ghoul, like it's about like
that's for after hours.
It's just about like when two groups of people are afraid of each other, and so they like lash out without understanding the other. And just like the art's really cool. I think the main guy is a lot better written in the manga. Characters are just just like it's the same problem with like Harry Potter. Like characters that really didn't have as prominent of a role in the anime or in the movies don't have as big of a role, so they're more involved in the manga, and you come to like understand them more and stuff like that. So first season's good. Second season gets weird. Third season, it's a little slow because like everyone kind of looks the same.
All right, looking forward to it.
I told them past first season, I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, like our roommate, my roommate Emmett, he loves Tokyo Ghoul, and like first season he loved. Second, I mean he loves it all. Our roommate is able to like, or my roommate is able to like watch all that. Like even if it's bad, he still likes it.
I'd like to say he's my roommate in spirit.
Yeah, you're over so much that you might have loved me. But
yeah.
But even he would like pause it, or if I was at that part in the manga, I'd pause it and like I'd explain what's happening, just because like to clarify things. And he's like, okay, cool, because like honestly, I have no idea who's who right now. I'm like, okay, so.
Yeah, it gets like, especially by the time you hit season 3, like it got to a point where it felt like it almost like a deja vu kind of a feel. Like I've watched this before, but it's just slightly different. But I still have no idea what's going on.
But I will say 100%, if you do watch it, you do need to read the manga, and I definitely recommend it as a manga for people who want something more mature, but nothing like Game of Thronesy or like Goblin Slayery. It's just violent. Like there's no sexual violence. It's literally just it's just gore because they're like tougher than humans. So when they fight, they like stab each other through the chest and like.
Yeah,
the animations. They're beautiful. Like the animation studio does a really good job. It's just the storyboard could use some more.
Yeah,
but what can you do?
So I guess this was just for because you're gonna talk about his. I guess it's my turn. So yeah, so I guess for me, like I feel like microphone might be the one who's the farthest out, if that makes sense in terms of the because she grew up. So she is a cowgirl. Rode horses.
Yeah.
Is an equestrian. So for those of you who don't know, equestrian and being a cowgirl, two completely different things. Equestrian's more bougie. She'll probably kill me for saying that. They're the ones that people wear the helmets. The rich people do it. And then there's like
gallop around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like on a country club or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
This is Chestnut, and he's a 10th time.
Like people who play polo.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. And so we started. I think around the time we started dating, I got into the fandom and stuff like that, and so it was just kind of something that existed for us. And then eventually, like I kind of got her to watch some of it. So we watched some of the darker stuff too, just because she's the same way. She loves horror, and I hate horror, but I don't like. I can watch like the 80s slasher movies, 80 horror movies all day. The Exorcist, I don't think The Exorcist is scary stuff, but we watch like the new stuff that like fucks me up.
Yeah, I can't take the jump scares.
Yeah, I just hate knowing that they're coming. It's why, for those who want to know, I don't like roller coasters, and that's the reason why. Is because that ticking sound just kill me at that point. Like I know the bullet's coming. Just I would rather just they say go and then you just drop. But anyways, so I've gone to her in a couple, and she has a sister who's really into anime. So she's like seen stuff with her. More like slice of life. So her sister likes like she likes like she's seen the Attack on Titan movies. My girlfriend has the live actions, which aren't very good. So if you love Attack on Titan, don't watch the live actions. She's seen the Death Note movie.
Dude, okay, have we all seen the Death Note movie?
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen it, but I've seen enough.
Is it good?
No, it looks terrible. It's
probably the best character, and this is, I think, the greatest tragedy of it is that they had Willem Dafoe play Ryuk, the Shinigami, and that was like the greatest casting decision in a
terrible movie.
Yeah, it's like if only he was a better he was basically the best player on a bad team.
It's like Will Smith in that Suicide Squad, or
yes, it's basically
that's a really good comparison because I watched the Death Note live action, and you're right, William Dafoe, amazing, so good, and like
he's what I imagine an American Ryuk, the Death God, would sound like.
And the thing about it is, like, I watched like behind the scenes shit behind it, because the way they do make them, like how they make them look like the Shinigami, is like a crazy. Like they put so much effort into making this work, and then like the rest. So like really, the story is it is an American version of Death Note. So if the story of Death Note happened, but in America instead of Japan.
Like San Francisco, New York,
Seattle. Yeah, that's what it happened.
Seattle.
And then what's his name? Lakeith Stanfield from everything. I think he was in the movie right now, the Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the guy who, not Daniel Kaluuya, but the other guy who's supposed to be the Judas character, he plays L, which is also a weird casting choice, but I feel like there was a lot of potential there as well.
Like he does, I want to say it's more the script.
Yeah,
I think whoever wrote the script
didn't read the books. For sure.
They didn't read the book, or they like just trying to I don't know. They watched episode 1 and they were like, all right, I got this.
Mm-hmm. It's like when you were supposed to read a book for like the summer, and you show up and you got to write an essay about it.
It's like whoever wrote
Avatar.
It's like when M. Night Shyamalan wrote Avatar, and you're like, obviously he didn't read or watch any of the show.
And I think what also kills me, so the American version of Light is just so dumb. Like, because
he's one of the kids from the Naked Brothers band.
Is he really?
Yeah, one of the brothers.
Maybe that's honestly
a terrible decision.
Once you hear that was the first downhill.
An attempt to make it into the movie industry.
Yep. And if you ever watch what's that? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. If anybody's a Quentin Tarantino fan.
I think I've seen the trailer for that. I haven't seen it though.
So there's a girl who takes Brad Pitt's character to go meet Charles Manson. Nothing happens between them. He just kind of because he's like looking for his buddy.
Yeah.
And so that's what Charles Manson has, his like coven. And the girl who takes him there plays the girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
I think was her name Mika in the anime. That's her character. So she was in that, but she plays. Yeah, it's just bad.
It's really bad. It's like they try to be smart, and it tries to be like really action packed, just like because we've all seen like the Death Note anime, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I honestly blocked out second half.
Yeah. Don't worry about but the first half, we know it's intense, and like every episode, like it's like the mental.
Uh-oh, we lost him.
Games of chess are going on, So, and the thing about it for me was in the movie, it just feels like they're trying to have these intense moments without there being any build-up or any like any actual like skill. Because like in the movie, the guy that plays L like finds him immediately, and I guess that's like kind of similar. Like, they find like it's very cool. Well, not really, because he finds the area, but he doesn't find Light until he dies, pretty much. So it's like it was just they could have done so much more.
Yeah.
And it was just so stupid. Like it was so, and it like at the end it tried to do like a twist to make it like, oh my god, like to kind like, but it just was so bad.
So yeah, so I'm circling back, not trying to. But yeah, so my girlfriend watched that, which is funny because she knew about it through me and her sister who watches Death Note, and then she was like, "Oh, we're watching it," and I'm like, "I haven't even seen that." What else did she watch? She's watched Violet Evergarden, which is like our anime.
That's a good one.
Yeah, if you want to feel something, watch Violet Evergarden. I think it's easily one of the best anime I've ever seen. It's beautiful.
What is the genre like? What kind of anime is it?
Sadness.
Sad. Whew.
Have you ever wanted to cry while eating a half a pint of Ben and Jerry's?
Wow, that's sad.
It is okay. So here, I'll start with the premises. So for those of you who are interested, so Violet Evergarden is on Netflix. They actually have the movie that's supposed to finish the series is actually coming out at the end of this month or next month, I believe. But pretty much it's about the country. It's almost set in like World War I times, and it's about a girl who is bought and given to this general, this major, and she's a child, and she was raised as a child soldier, and so he basically takes her in and comes to like care for her, and so she grows up with him, not in like a sexual way. For those of you who are like, oh my god, and so during one battle, they get stuck, and so she actually trying to like save him or something happens, and they get hit with like a grenade, and she loses both of her arms, and so she suffers a wound through war, and so basically the same battle ends up killing the man who cared for her, but before he dies, he tells her that he loved her, and so she was raised during war and really doesn't know emotion, so she never understood what he meant by saying that he loved her, and so she comes back. She has prosthetics, and she learned. So she takes up a job, and this is before phones and stuff. So people would write letters. So she takes up a job as a character called an auto memories doll, and they're basically people who show up and they'll type letters for you. And so she picks up this job, and as each episode is her meeting a new person, and she learns like a new lesson about life, and like and she writes, so people are like, I want to send a letter to like my cousin who I haven't seen in a while, like send a letter to my like love who's in another country. And so she has to type these letters, but because she doesn't understand emotions, she's not, like you can read something and like convey that emotion. She doesn't know how to do that. So a part of the episode is her learning those emotions, and then like by the end she hopefully will have learned the meaning of I love you. And it is a roller coaster because there are some sad stories in that regard. So it's like if you've ever watched a movie that's depressing but it's like sad, like beautiful at the same time. I don't know how to describe it, but it's definitely a watch. I can't recommend it enough. The animation's like top 5 I've ever seen.
It is very beautiful.
Yeah,
like it is. I
enjoy,
like 12 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then yeah, I might as well give it a watch.
Episode 10 made me cry.
Oh,
I ugly cried. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what you were, Gunner. I cried like my dog just died.
So we got there and Jessica started crying, then I started crying, and then when she saw me crying, she started crying more. So I started crying more, and then we just went back and forth for a couple minutes. It was rough, but it was good. It was good to feel. You know what I mean?
It was cathartic. It was weirdly cathartic. Like you're like it's beautiful but sad at the same time. We'll watch it. I'm sure you'll text us and let us know you've seen it, because you'll feel something. You may not cry, but you'll feel something. But
I might cry. I've cried before in anime. One time.
Which one got you?
When Ace died.
Damn it! It's always that. I always feel lame because they'll be like, "What anime
did you not cry?"
And it's like Naruto finding.
Oh, Jiraiya was pretty sad.
Dude, honestly, Jiraiya
was pretty tough.
Makes me mad. It doesn't make me sad.
I cried when Jiraiya. One tear.
But I felt it more with Ace. So.
Because here's the thing, though, we're definitely gonna have to put up spoilers for this. I'll make sure to put it in the notes. But when Jiraiya dies, I because they the intro, when you're watching the intro theme go. The intro theme always tells you what's going to happen in that arc. So I'm watching it and I'm like, why does it from the first episode of that arc?
Isn't it the most popular opening from Naruto too?
Is it?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's I forgot what the name of the song's called.
What arc is that, or what opening is that one?
I gotta watch One Piece apparently, because Chris said that Ace death was sad. Like that's what I mean. Everyone that I know who's like I've cried watching anime, it's like
One Piece there. Yeah,
it's like One Piece, Naruto, and then there's me who's like I watch the sad ones like Your Lie in April.
Wait, so you've seen that part, right?
The Ace or the
Ace.
I haven't seen like in context, but I know like what's his name? Akainu? Is it Akainu?
I know, Akainu.
I know that he like Hadoukens him through the chest to save Luffy.
Yes. You gotta watch it because there's just so much. Like literally, there's a war to save him. He's the main focus of the whole arc. Yeah, and his brothers is happy-go-lucky. Luffy. He don't care. Doesn't care in the world, and you just see him break, and it's like damn. Watch it. Heart-wrenching.
My anime watching schedule right now is I'm trying to finish Pokemon on Netflix.
Okay.
Interesting choice.
I'm going Pokemon. I'm sorry, Gunner. I'm going Neon Genesis.
What the fuck?
And then I'm going One Piece. That's my watch schedule right now.
One Piece is gonna keep you busy, dude.
Yep.
I'm just gonna block out East Blue from what I've heard.
Just watch the 2-hour condensed movies. And you'll be halfway through there already.
I mean, I know. I might just read the manga for East Blue and then start watching right when like.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea too. You know all the characters. You know what happens. It's a good idea.
But yeah, if you want a good cry too, Your Line April on Netflix.
Okay.
When you find out what the title means, yeah, it hurts.
Is that also a 12 episode anime?
That one's 24.
Okay.
But if you've ever dealt with if you ever have mommy issues, if you've ever had mother issues, if you've ever had insecurity about doing the thing that you love to do, if you've ever just felt like that pure teenage love, like that kid, childhood love for somebody else, and then if you like watching somebody love somebody else and it's not reciprocated, then it's gonna hurt a little bit.
Damn. I was gonna say, is it like The Hope in Our Stars? Or I don't know if that's the correct.
Oh, The Fault in Our Stars?
Yeah.
Yes. Ish.
Yes, ish. Okay.
I think it definitely you will hit some similar emotional levels. I mean, the stories are different, but it's kind of the same thing about love.
Yeah.
So I think they're both good. I remember watching The Fault in Our Stars in the theaters. That was good because I read the book too. So I think, especially when you read the book for that one, I understand why high school girls were all over that shit when we were in school. It makes sense. I was like, because I tried so hard not to. I didn't want to feel, because when we're in high school, it's like, you're a boy, you can't have emotions. Nope. That is just not allowed. So I went to go watch the movie, and I went to because I did it with part of a book club that I was in high school. So we read the book, and then we went to go watch the movie. And everybody else in the book club started crying. And I was like, fuck, I can't cry right now. This is I got to keep it in. I want to cry. So I just one tear. That's all I could do.
That's me. I suffer from toxic masculinity when I'm with my girlfriend and we watch sad things.
Oh my god! Kayla, like I said, Kayla likes horror. It's because it's the only thing she can watch. She cannot stand watching these kinds of shows or movies. Uh-huh. As soon as she's emotionally attached to a character and they die, that's it. She'll bawl. It's just over. So when we first started dating, I put on the fucking Notebook. And she had no idea what she was in for, bro.
Okay. You just came in and we're just punching the knee.
This is before I knew she couldn't stomach this kind of stuff. So did you go with the Notebook because you thought it was the safe pick? Were you trying to score some brownie points, or what was the move here? It was just on Netflix, a good movie, and just kind of put it on.
I mean, everybody likes the Notebook, right?
Exactly.
I hate the Notebook. Ryan Gosling's obnoxious in that movie. I said it. Said it at me. What's up?
Anyways,
at Gaifus.
So we get to the part where they're in bed at the end, and she's has Alzheimer's and doesn't remember anything, and they both pass into their sleep. And she would not stop bawling. Even her mom came inside, was like, "What's wrong? What's going on?" Dude, she bawled for 30 minutes.
She thought you did it. You're like, I didn't do it. I promise.
So maybe I can't watch these animes with her. She'll hate me.
If she cried during the Notebook, Your Line April will destroy her, and then episode 10 of Violet Evergarden.
And Violet Evergarden.
10 and 6 and 10 of Violet Evergarden are just gonna take her heart.
6 was a lot, yeah.
Okay,
and they're just.
Have you guys seen Breaking Bad?
Yes.
Yeah.
Love Breaking Bad.
Okay, so spoilers, whoever hasn't seen Breaking Bad, if you want to watch it. So even when Mike died, she stopped watching the show. She didn't finish it, bro. She's like, I loved Mike, and she did not finish the series.
That's right at the end, though.
I know. That's how bad it hurt her. She was like, no, I don't want to finish it. I'm so upset.
Walter White might have died. I don't know.
Yeah. So.
What the? Jesus, Breaking Bad was so good. You guys are watching Better Call Saul right now, right?
Yeah, we just finished season 4. We're gonna start season 5 right now.
Nice. I'm waiting for season 5 to drop on Netflix. That way I can.
It'll be cheap. Just buy it.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay.
Boy really twisted his arm.
Yeah.
It was a rough battle, but I finally gave in. What else is good?
I'm a fan of Peaky Blinders. If anybody likes that, like Mob.
Okay, is that good? I see it has there's a lot of content.
I'm banging the table on it. This is my in-person Black Clover. I'm here for it. But yeah, no, it's pretty good. It's basically these British guys who come back from World War One, and they like use the skills that they learned there, and they like run a gambling ring with horses. And the main guy is played by Cillian Murphy, or it might be Killian. I'm sorry because he's Irish or Scottish or Welsh, one of the UK ones that isn't English.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like he's like the head of the family. He's the head brother. No, he's the second. So he's like the brains. His older brother's name's Arthur, and he's the hothead. Then he has a younger brother, and then they have like little sibling, like kid siblings. And so there's like a family. It's almost like they just do crime together. Like he runs it, but it's really interesting because it's like post World War One. So they're all like, we're vets. You know, we've seen some stuff. We've seen the darkness. You learn some cool facts about World War One through it, but like the acting is really good. There's like a meme people have shown. It's like him, and he's walking around and he's like hitting everyone. He's like, no fighting, because that's like their thing is they have to fight. He's like, no fighting, and he like hits his brother. He's like, no fighting, and he hits his other brother. And he's like, he grabs him. He's like, no fighting. Like that's like a meme if you see that. It's like me like talking to like my students. That's a teacher thing, but it's pretty good. I like it. It deals with like PTSD too, because like World War One was like the first example of PTSD, or one of the biggest ones. So like characters suffer from it. I think like the main guy, his name's Tommy. I think it's Tommy, and he like smokes opium to like cope. And then like his sister's dating like a commie, but they don't like commies because
fuck them commies.
So I think it's a good series. It's like 5 series. Tom Hardy's in it for a couple seasons. He plays like this like Welsh guy who speaks in Welsh, and like you have no idea what he's saying. Like he's a really good. His name's like Archie. It's a really good character. Yeah, it's a good series. I definitely recommend it if you like Breaking Bad or like Better Call Saul. It's like British version of that.
Gotcha. No, it sounds good. I'll have to check it out. I saw it a lot. Like there's like
the first episode's long as shit. It ends and you're like, that was an hour. That felt like 2. So
I have a question. Since we're like talking about movies, are we excited for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? It's dropping on the 19th.
I am very excited about it. WandaVision was super good. First 3 episodes were a little rough, but then it picked up. So I believe in this. I believe in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Should I watch WandaVision before I finish or watch the movie?
Which movie?
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Is it a movie or is it a show? I think the Falcon is a show.
Is it?
I think so.
I'm not too sure on that.
I would recommend watching WandaVision
first,
for sure.
Well, now I'm confused too. Is it a show?
Yeah, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is a TV show.
No, the Falcon and the Winter. Yeah, it is okay, it is a show.
Yeah, everything this phase. So for those who are unaware with the Marvel series right now, they release it in phases, and then this is phase 4, I believe. And basically, the one with Black Widow is like a prequel, so that doesn't really affect this timeline right now. It's like I think it's right before the Infinity War. But everything else is going to be TV shows, and it's all going to basically be the bridges to the movies that come out next year.
Got it.
And this year, I think.
So I do gotta watch Wanda and then Falcon. Gotcha.
Yeah, so if you want to watch, if you see WandaVision, you'll understand the introduction of what is going to be the is going to be the multiverse in Marvel. And it introduces magic. I mean, Doctor Strange has already introduced magic, but this is like, it actually kind of explains more how magic works in the world.
Put that on my list as soon as I finish Better Call Saul.
Yeah, first 3 episodes are slow, but it makes sense when the 4th episode hits. You're like,
got it.
Yeah, so you gotta let that one breathe. Falcon and Winter Soldier, the villain is going to be the guy from the Civil War movie. The Zemo, the guy who like wanted Bucky to kill people so that way Black Panther would get mad, and then Tony, his parents got killed by Bucky. That's the villain. His name so his comic book name is Baron Zemo.
Gotcha.
So he's supposed to have like this purple like ski mask he wears and stuff like that. So.
Hate that guy. I forget what else he's in. He does like another movie that. It's a Quentin Tarantino movie. He's the German sniper. Reservoir Dogs, right? That guy?
Reservoir Dogs. Oh, you mean Inglourious Bastards?
Inglourious Bastards. My bad.
I was like, there were Nazis in Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
I have a very different recollection of that movie.
Remember they go to the theater and he's like the decorated hero. They made the movie about him.
Yeah, let me double check. Yes, he was also in. If you have HBO Max, there's a show called The Alienist.
I have not seen it.
That one's cool because it's the introduction of psychology into like catching people.
Mm-hmm.
It is a little dark though because it does involve like child prostitutes and like child abuse.
Damn.
But he plays. Okay, it's him, the Luke Evans and Dakota Fanning, and that's a good show if you like that the kind of dark gothic kind of thing. Because like the first episode, they're like, "What? We found the body," and he like got eaten, and like his eyes are missing, and that's like pretty lit.
Lit.
That's rough. That sounds rough.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of movies. You know, speaking of live action movies, there's a live action Bob Psycho.
Is there? What
it's on Netflix. Dude, I'm thinking of watching it, but it looks bad.
Tell me how bad it is. Tell me if it's worse than Death Note.
Okay, I'll report back.
I think if we're doing a pecking order of bad anime movies, it's like Dragon Ball Z Evolutions and Avatar at the bottom. I'll probably put Death Note there. Apparently the Full Metal Alchemist movie on Netflix has been really bad.
I would not watch.
You know which one people said is really good is Bleach. They did a live action Bleach movie, and it's
really
actually, I've seen clips of it. It's pretty close to the anime.
Is that on Netflix too?
Yeah,
I have to watch that. We'll have to do a ranking episode of all of live action animation. Yeah.
Who else is? I feel like it might be me. I am immensely hyped for. What do we have coming out? Oh, Snyder Cut for DC Justice League coming out this Thursday. Reviews. Give it thumbs up.
Okay. Let's have to talk.
Okay, what are we doing this?
So, for anybody who doesn't know, so Zack Snyder, who's been in charge of DC League movies, he was supposed to do DC Justice League, but he had a family tragedy during filming that caused him to leave. And who took over?
Joss Whedon, who was riding the high of Avengers. The downside now is that 1, he bombed that movie, and 2, come to find out, apparently Joss Whedon's kind of an asshole.
Really?
Yeah, but apparently, because so he wrote Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. That's all him.
I fucking love Buffy. Really?
So I forget who the character is. She's like the older girl. She's like I think she's the bitchy one in the first episode where she's like, you gotta know who the cliques are and shit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think her character, she kind of evolves, I think. But she's like, yeah, he's like really verbally abusive. And like she was like, yeah, like I got a lot of backhanded. So apparently he has this like pattern of that kind of stuff. Because The issue with the guy who plays Cyborg is he was like, I can't. He's like, I can never work with that guy ever again. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so a bunch of people on Buffy came out and were like, yeah, he's like an asshole. He like would try and demean us if we didn't do what he wanted and like stuff like that.
Damn. That sucks. I didn't know that.
So basically, Zack Snyder, like the Phoenix, waiting to like the main anime protagonist, waiting for the right time. This is the equivalent of Naruto showing up right when Sakura yells, and Pain just levels it, and he just pops up. But instead of Toads, he's on top of the Justice League.
Yeah. So for anybody who doesn't know, the Justice League movie bombed. But fans of the DC cinematic universe have been demanding for the Zack Snyder cut, and they are doing it. They've filmed for the Zack Snyder cut, and they are going to be releasing it. When did you say the release date was again?
The 18th. So 2 days from now. It is 4 hours long.
That's a long movie, dude.
That's a long movie. You know what's funny is that in the bit. So if anyone ever gets HBO Max, I watch Big Bang Theory, and they make fun of them for watching the extended version of Lord of the Rings, which, by the way, is pretty good.
Yeah,
we're talking about this is talking about pure movies, but yeah. And then I'm like, no, I'm gonna watch 4 hours. I'm gonna go in 4 hours of DC. Apparently, it's really good.
Really,
4 hours.
Yeah, he cleaned up. Apparently, they cleaned up the storyline. You understand the characters a lot better. It definitely it explains why the Justice League is a thing. It explains Cyborg. It explains the Flash. You get a better understanding of why Darkseid is there. The nightmare scene, which is when Batman has a gun and he's dressed as Mad Max. They explain that really well. Yeah. My one wish is that it's on par with its animated series, like the Justice League Dark. Oh, dude!
If you guys have seen it, bro, that
I don't think I haven't seen Justice League Dark.
Have you seen Batman and the Red Hood?
No, I don't.
I'm gonna say that this is gonna be a controversial statement for my Batman fans. Batman and the Red Hood is the best Batman movie, in my opinion.
Damn, I'm gonna have to watch that then.
So the Red Hood is voiced by Jensen Ackles from Supernatural. The voice of Bender is the Joker.
Oh, really? That's dope.
Neil Patrick Harris is Nightwing.
Wow.
It's some top tier shit.
I got that lineup.
It is easily. If anybody ever watched the new Star Trek ones, in the first movie, the guy that Captain Kirk replaces, if anyone remembers that movie.
Yeah.
Because he gets captured and they go to save him, and then he's like, "You're in charge of the Enterprise." That guy is Batman. It's top to bottom. It's probably the most solid Batman movie out there. I would say that and Dark Knight are depends on how I feel that day, but 1 and 2.
Interesting. I will definitely watch. Please watch the Justice League animated series on HBO.
The anime?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's amazing.
So not the original, but the dark one you said.
Oh, they have multiple, but
So
because I watched the original that was on
Cartoon Network.
Yeah, or was it on Cartoon Network or Boomerang or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we go. We'll do the little. I'm also the resident DC, I think, expert.
Okay, well, do you like DC or Marvel? Based on everything, like comics, movies, which wins?
Okay, so I'm gonna be cheap and I'm gonna go categorically. I'm gonna go movies. So live action movies. DC or Marvel kicks ass. It's not. No one's touching it at all.
Yeah, it's true.
Comics, I want to say right now, DC. Animated movies and TV shows, DC. DC just kicks ass.
Yeah, that's true. TV series.
Here's the thing about comics, because I used to be really into the comic books and stuff. Where DC got kind of threw me for a big loop was with their New 52 reboot.
That was a bad reboot.
And here, because here's the biggest thing for me is my favorite character in the DC universe is Lobo.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and he's not really like he's like an anti-hero or a bad guy depending on where they want him. But I just love his character design. I just love he's just like this wacky character, and like a space a space alien riding a motorcycle with a big S chain. Like I think it's really dope. And so in the New 52 reboot, how they rewrite his whole his backstory is that Lobo, and this is spoilers, but it's okay. It's a shitty spoiler. It's a shitty setup, so don't even worry about it. But so Lobo, that we've all come to know, is not the real Lobo. He is fake Lobo, and the Lobo name is used as the royal guard to the Cartesian princess. So the original Lobo, they're called Cartesians or something like that. I can't pronounce the name.
Yeah, they're like immortal. He's basically if Superman grew up listening to Green Day and like embraced like the punk, like black leather, stuff like that. Like he's basically Superman if Superman went that direction.
Yeah, and they're very like a very strong alien species, and they also are very intelligent. And Lobo, okay, so the fake Lobo or the original Lobo that we've all come to know, in his backstory, he was very smart, but he was just born like he was like the Tasmanian devil, just crazy to begin with. So what he did was he genetically engineered, like I believe it's like killer wasps to come or like killer locusts to come and just murder, genocide his whole race.
Experiment or something like that, right? Isn't that the?
Yeah, he made it to genocide his whole race.
Yeah. But
he just did it just for fun. And that's his original backstory. So what they say is in the New 52 reboot, Lobo is like the title of the royal guard of the Cartesian princess. So the Lobo is like the royal guard, kind of like in the Dishonored franchise.
Oh yeah,
the Dishonored guy. Yeah, the main guy is the royal guard to the princess. Yeah, so they call him. It's like called Lobo in that. So the original Lobo that we knew killed the whole race, killed the princess, except for the actual Lobo. So in the New 52 reboot, the actual Lobo hunts him down and kills the original Lobo.
Oh, that's weird.
It's weird, and the way so not only is that bullshit because he has like super regeneration power. He has like his regeneration ability is on par with Wolverine.
Yeah, he's literally like whole. He's like Hulk, Superman, and like Wolverine.
His character, like if you read his character, his character design was kind of based around Wolverine.
Yeah,
because Wolverine's so popular. Okay, we need someone to, and so they introduced him as a villain, but people liked him so much that he got his own and like anti-hero arc. Well, so anyways, right? So then the actual Lobo that they say in the New 52 arc is like this like fancy like rich boy, like royal, like really looking like suave, like Prince Charming kind of character, and it just like ruins the whole vibe. And like so now he's all like moody because the princess died, and he's just like all pissed off and shit, and he's like doing his own thing or whatever. So he kills. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, continue. Go ahead.
So if that's not already bad enough, my second most favorite DC character is Dexter. And for any of you who don't know who Dexter is, so if you guys read the Green Lantern Corps, what are you talking about? Yeah, you're right. I do like the sad shit. I take that back. I like the interesting. If you have you gotta have a good backstory. Is my thing. But anyway, so Dexter is a cat, but it's a cat that got into the Red Lantern's Corps. So, and how it came into the Red Lantern's Corps. Long story short, it watched its owner die. It got kicked out of his house, and then like a couple of street goons just throw it in a bag and throw it off like a bridge, just for fun. So, and this cat has so much anger in it from all these things that happened to it all at once, that a lantern ring flies by at that moment and senses this cat's anger, and right before Dexter hits the water and dies, the ring attaches to him and he becomes part of the Red Lantern's Corps. So super dope, right? And you really don't see a lot of Dexter in the comics. He's really a very side character. So what does New 52 Lobo do? Like third comic in, just kills Dexter out of nowhere for no reason, really, just to do it. Just blows up a cat. And so not only did New 52 reboot knock out my first favorite character, but also my second favorite DC character. So I've been
having a bad time, my dude.
Sounds like you need some new favorite characters,
dude. No, it's okay, because after the New 52 reboot, they did another reboot. They were like, because all the New 52 comics were like, they were bad. So they did another reboot, rewriting the New 52 reboot. So that's not canon anymore.
Yeah. So I guess I'll help explain how the comics can work. Yeah. So usually when like the stories reach their end, they have some giant event that crosses multiverses. So for DC, if you've ever heard like Infinite Crisis on Infinite Earths, the New 52, the Dark Side and the Anti-Life Equation, those like events usually reset. Or for example, if you haven't seen Apocalypse War, the movie role,
I've seen it.
So that resets. It's going to reset the animated series. And so basically they explained that the reason the New 52 happened is they tied it into the Watchmen, the Zack Snyder movie or comic.
Didn't they make a movie?
Huh?
Didn't they make a movie?
Yeah, they made a movie. The movie's
so
not
the blue guy created the New 52 universe because he was curious to see how humans acted. So he created his own universe of this the copy of the world.
That's why it's trash.
Yeah, that's why it's trash.
Yeah.
And so so basically they start to like come into conflict with him. That's the big for the rebirth. The big beat up is they're trying to fucking kill Dr. Manhattan from the Watchmen comics.
That's good. The only thing I like right now in the rebirth, they did I think it's Justice League versus Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, Batman's really good right now.
Yeah, and that one's really good because Lobo's in it and he's one of the baddies.
Oh, now it makes a little.
Yeah, that's why I was reading it. I was like, oh yeah, it's all coming together, and it's the original Lobo, so they fixed it.
If you like DC stories, so right now, so Raul, are you DC or are you Marvel? You can cheat and do me and explain it, break it down.
How about this? Don't even pick. Who's your favorite superhero?
Damn.
Okay, I didn't expect that.
Yeah. I just don't want to be exposed right now. I feel like
you don't want to be exposed. Come on, dude. I told you mine. Like I'm gonna get you a lot of hate for it. So you gotta. I showed you mine. You gotta show me yours. That's how it works.
I'm thinking about it. Give me a second.
Okay, Daniel. Who's your favorite?
DC. I'm a Batman fan.
Batman's just good. He's just solid.
Well, that's an easy go-to. I mean, everyone's.
I know. See that? Batman, I just got called vanilla as fuck.
I was gonna say Batman too, but
I like.
Well, at least on the D side. But what about Marvel side?
Oh, I'm vanilla as fuck on the.
I mean, Spiderman's pretty dope, but like
Spider-Man.
I'm trying to think of who else I like.
I'm moving to
I don't know. I like Thor.
Thor's getting cool. The movie that's coming out, Love and Thunder, is supposed to introduce Natalie Portman's character. She's I think they're gonna have her play Lady Thor.
That'd be cool, Lady Thor.
Which is canon in the comic books. She actually takes over for Thor at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Who's this woman?
Isn't she like who he falls in love with and has like cancer and he gives her powers?
Yeah. So depending on what story it is, so yeah,
okay,
they do Secret War, which is like when the Skrulls, which are the green. So in the comic books, the green people in Captain Marvel are the bad guys, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so basically, they are like because they can change forms. They're like spies. So there's like this whole thing of trying to figure out which heroes are not actually like imposters. Mm-hmm. It's like Invasion of the Pod People meets like comic books, and at the end of that, Nick Fury whispers something in Thor's ear, and basically the hammer stops working for him. He becomes unworthy, and so the hammer finds another person.
New worthy. Yeah.
And so no one knows who it is, but it's a woman. Then you come to find out that it's Jane Foster, who is Natalie Portman's character in the Thor movies.
Mhm.
And so she becomes Lady Thor. And she's dope as fuck.
That sounds like it'll be good. Or the incels on the internet will be like, oh fuck, women are just trying to take over the world.
And they're gonna have a cool ass character. This is where I think, this is the thing from Marvel I think is gonna be dope. So they're introducing a character called Gore the God Butcher, and he's this alien who for years was like enslaved and prayed for the gods that he believes in to save him. Well, come to find out, the gods never showed up, and so because of that, he I think he gets access to this weapon. It's like a god killing sword, and so he basically breaks free of his enslavement, and he goes around the universe trying to find gods and kill them, not doing what they said they would do. Which
what is this, God of War?
It's basically God of War. But Gore the God Butcher is such a cool fucking name.
It's catchy. It's definitely catchy.
So there's that series, and then I think my favorite Marvel villain would be Venom.
Venom's cool. I used to have a comic book where it was one of the Venom ones, and his teeth glowed in the dark on the cover of the comic. Yeah, it was dope. Venom's really cool. His whole backstory is so confusing though, with the symbiote and how it can mutate and it turns into the Carnage. And
so what do we think of the movie that just came out with Tom Hardy? It's not just, but recently.
I liked it. It was good. It was a good standalone.
I'm gonna be real. I haven't seen it.
I mean, you ain't missing much.
Yeah, that's how I kind of felt. I mean, it looked all right, but I was like, when Netflix gets it.
It was it was more you wanted to see Venom be actually Venom, not better than
Yes. Except for his dance scene. The dance scene was amazing.
Yeah, no, you can't. That's
okay. If we're talking about Spider-Man, who's the best Spider-Man actor? Are we talking Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland?
Yeah, let's not even include Andrew Garfield. He just nah.
Tom Holland's really good, but I have a lot of nostalgia for Tobey Maguire.
Trash pick.
I know, but really think about it. He was a terrible casting choice, if in my opinion, for Spider-Man.
I agree, 100%.
Listen, I think I don't know.
He's a great character. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like you could have picked somebody else that.
They definitely got the age range right with Tom Holland. You know what I mean? But I don't know, Spider-Man 1 with Tobey Maguire, it's just, to me, that is Spider-Man.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
It is classic.
I can't. And I know.
Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin is what carries the first movie for me.
That's probably what it is too.
Willem Dafoe, dude, just carries carries.
He needs to. I know he was in Aquaman and shit, but I need to see him I need to see. Well, actually, what he was in was that one black and white movie.
Oh, the one with the lighthouse.
The Lighthouse. Oh, he was good in that. That was a good one. I definitely recommend. Oh, Kayla might like that one, Raul, because it's kind of like a suspense.
Is this The Lighthouse, you said?
Yeah, The Lighthouse.
With it's Robert Pattinson. Pattinson.
I fucking hate Robert Pattinson. Oh my.
Yo,
God.
I'm gonna give him his props, dude. He's a good actor.
He does good in the.
Twilight was just bad.
Wait, the Lighthouse is good.
Are we excited for Robert Pattinson Batman?
Yes, that trailer, dude.
You are, bro. Oh my God.
I'm in right here.
Oh
what is it? March 16th, 2021. Daniel.
How did we go from Christian Bale to fucking what's his name? The current Batman.
What's his name? Yeah. Ben Affleck.
I mean,
I
cool,
actually,
it's Ben Affleck. I get it, but Robert Pattinson. Really?
I haven't seen the trailer. I'm watching it right now.
Yeah, I might as well watch it right now. But
I'm gonna give you my live take on it.
Okay.
Did you see that movie that came out with actually Tom Holland recently on Netflix. It's a Netflix movie.
Oh,
The Devil All the Time.
So good. Oh, that one's a good one. That one's a good one. If
I hate Robert Pattinson in that too.
Really? I thought he did good.
I thought he did
good. Yeah.
I feel like his southern accent was like too forced. Like he tried too hard.
Oh, I mean, when you're whatever they're in like the backwards of the Appalachians.
That's true, but like I don't know.
I mean, everyone laid it on thick for that one. Like, let's be real.
I mean, Anna Kendrick was in Twilight. Like, it was just a bad time for a lot of people. Also, I'm saying it here. Like, I don't care. I don't know if you guys ever watched the Twilight movie, but the dad is easily the best character. Charlie?
Oh yeah, I love Charlie. When he fake dies, that's amazing.
Jessica just watched like a whole a YouTube thing recapping Twilight, and everyone on the fandoms, the dad is everyone's favorite.
The dad's easily the best character. It's
dude, my favorite. I was watching I was watching with her, and just the funniest line is in the spoilers if you haven't seen Twilight, but in episode 3, when they have the baby. And Jacob holds the baby and puts on it.
Yes.
Oh my god!
And she comes out all pissed.
You nicknamed my daughter after the Loch Ness monster?
Yeah, that was stupid, bro.
That was so funny, man. Oh, cracks me up.
What's her name? Is a good actress too. Bella. Bella's a good actress.
I do agree. I think it was just like
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, I think Kristen Stewart. She's not like high level. Like I'm not. She's not my first phone call, right? Like she's not like a Scarlett Johansson level. I think she's like a solid B, C tier actress. Because let's be honest, we all had her like F- tier.
Yes.
In Twilight. So.
I'm sorry if I'm quiet right now. I'm
watching the trailer as well. I love the black guy. I don't know his name.
He was in.
He's in Westworld.
Yeah,
but I don't know his name.
He was also in Hunger Games, the second one.
Yes.
Beanie.
Did you ever watch the Gotham City? The Gotham, I think it was called the.
Oh yeah, I like that
television series.
What Cameron Monaghan?
Yeah.
Dope ass Joker. Great Joker. I would have him top 3 Jokers.
Wow, that's a statement.
I mean, you have the OG, you have Jack. I don't have Jack at 1. Jack would be at 2.
Who's 1?
Heath Ledger has to be. No, actually, he'd be top 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. This is my ranking. I'm gonna go Heath 1. No, Mark Hamill 1.
Okay.
Heath 2. Jack Nicholson 3, and then him 4.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
So I just finished the trailer.
Doesn't Robert Pattinson looks like a good actor in this movie? Can I be
with this?
Let me finish it. Let me finish. I got a minute.
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish it. I'm gonna hold my thoughts.
I'm gonna die on this hill, guys, right here.
You said Heath Ledger's, or did you say Heath Ledger's not your favorite Joker?
Mark Hamill too.
Mark Hamill's he does a really
I
he
live
does
in
the
a
Joker
world where
voice.
where Luke Skywalker is also my favorite comic book villain. Are you kidding me?
Mark Hamill.
Okay.
I want to see. Okay, go ahead, Raul.
I said it looks good. The trailer looks good.
The trailer looks good. Can I just give you my biggest critique?
Go for it.
What's up with his hair?
What?
Why does he look like he just got back from a My Chemical Romance concert? Like, what is up with that?
Because he's from Twilight, bro. It's the same makeup artist.
Every song, listen to like the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. Every song came to life and possessed the body.
Yeah.
He is that
is scary. That's my honor. Go ahead.
The guy who plays Gollum, Andy Serkis, is supposed to be Alfred.
Oh, that'd be cool. It looks good. I'll definitely watch it. I just, like I said, I don't know. Like, he looks a little like when he's acting as Bruce, he doesn't look like Bruce Wayne. That's my only critique right now.
That's a good, yeah.
Like, he doesn't. He looks like he's a. I don't know.
He doesn't have the stature that you look for.
Yeah, like in a Bruce Wayne, it's a very iconic, like, rich boy.
Yeah.
Daddy's going to buy me a new golf resort kind of look.
But daddy's dead, so I have.
But daddy's dead, so I got to do it myself. Exactly.
The scene where that dude like talks shit to him and then he just like decks him and then beats the shit. I was like, okay, this is gonna be dope. This is gonna be gangster as fuck.
The music's good. The I like how he looks. The wardrobe design, they did a good job. So I'm actually interested. I was trying to figure out who the villain's gonna be. That the bomb guy. I'm trying to think who that probably is.
That's the Riddler.
That's the Riddler? Oh, fuck! That's dope.
See, the problem with what sucks is so the Rebirth did this really well, which is that a lot of people think the Riddler's kind of a joke because he like tells riddles and shit. But
Riddler's hardcore though. Right?
Yeah, and so in the comic books in Rebirth, like the second, because what they've done is they've organized it in arcs. So there's one arc where he goes after Bane, like him and Bane go against each other, and the arc right after that is called the War of Jokes and Riddles, and basically it's the Civil War, but it's Batman, it's Joker and Riddler going against each other, and Batman's in the middle trying to stop both of them.
Oh, that sounds like a good sounds good. I have to check that out. Well, like, I know he's really good in like in the Arkham Knight series and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like he's a solid. They make his character solid. I mean, yeah, he plays mind games. That's his whole thing. Didn't he also figure out Batman's identity? Yeah, just like that.
So. Bane, Ra's al Ghul.
That was Ra's al Ghul.
Huh?
How do you pronounce it? Ra's al Ghul.
It depends on what you watch. Because we watched. I watched Arrow.
Gotcha.
And Arrow, they're like, no, it's Raish. And so I think they asked the people who made him, they're like, yeah, it's technically Raish. Everyone says Raz.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Ra's al Ghul, because it's like.
That's like the proper pronunciation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha.
That's what I mean. Like, DC's killing that, and
I'm gonna be real though. Jim Carrey's the best Joker. Can't change my mind. Or I'm sorry, Riddler.
Yeah.
Fuck! Oh god, they're gonna cancel me. Oh, they're coming for me. Oh no, dude. Oh,
I have one question.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you consider Robert Pattinson like an A tier actor? Is he up there?
I'll say A-.
A-? Gunner?
Okay. It now.
It's okay. I'm gonna
give him a B+. His older works, I don't think are that good. But what he's into now, like his later stuff, like, and I'm honestly gonna go off just of what I've seen from The Lighthouse, because that shit was just really good, and both him and Willem Dafoe do just an amazing job in it. So I have a lot of confidence for him going into this Batman movie.
Okay.
Like, I think he'll do a good job.
So in this Lighthouse movie, was he like a primary character, or was he more like?
Yeah, because the story is about these two. So it's these. I forget to call them, but
like Night Watchman kind of.
Yeah, the Night Watchman. Okay. So like, back in the day, you would have to, like, these lighthouses would be built on this small little rock in the middle of the ocean, and someone has to maintain these lighthouses for all these boats that are transporting at night, so that way they don't crash and die. So they would leave like two people. They left them in two, so that way they wouldn't go crazy, because they would leave them for months on this little island by themselves to take care of the lighthouse. And it's actually, the movie's slightly based on true events of a famous story of two lighthouse keepers. Well, one of them dies during a storm, and it's a crazy storm, and the other one goes insane. And so it's the story kind of, it bases it off of that, and it does a really good job. And like, I'm also a sucker for black and white films too. I think that does a really good job. But so William Dafoe's character plays kind of like this drunken He's just drunk. He's the older one of the lighthouse keepers. He's been doing it a lot longer, and he plays like this character with like this superiority complex, and kind of just like bosses around Robert Pattinson's character. And Robert Pattinson is like this. His character is an angry guy, but he's trying to control his anger, and how he does it is like he does a really good job in it. All in all, great film. And so like seeing that, like, because I'll be real, if I just watched the Twilights, I would be with you, Raul. I'd be like, yeah, this shit's gonna be whack.
So this is what I'm thinking. So it reminds me of like when we all found out who was casting Kylo Ren. You know how a lot of people had issue. You know, he didn't look the part.
Yeah.
It just didn't feel right, and that's kind of how the feeling I have with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, I get you.
So I mean, to see if he fulfills his role will yet to be seen. But like, we're not going in confident on this boat.
Yeah, I get you. I definitely do agree. They could have gave him a haircut before they started filming.
Yeah,
I think they had
the
time.
point, right? Because I know in his I know they did it a little differently with Christian Bale, but he's supposed to look kind of like a mess. That's his like cover for being Batman. So in the comics, I thought I mean, like, I think it depends which comic you're reading. Yeah. Because at least the ones I've read, he's always looked like pristine. You know what I mean? But the thing is that he's just secluded. Like, he's just like a crazy, you know, like everyone's like, oh yeah, Bruce Wayne. He's just a rich guy that kind of just lives up in his manor. And so it's like I get that. It depends. I could see like depending on which story arc you follow, like a raggedy Batman. I feel like I said, I feel like it's just like from what I've seen in the trailer, they're going for like a younger Batman. Yeah.
Like, and so maybe like I think once I watch it, I'll feel better. But right now it's just like but I think I still have enough confidence that I think it's gonna be good. And then Catwoman, that'll be good. Good to see.
That is Zoe Kravitz. She's a good actor.
Yeah. So that'll be real dope. What was I gonna say though? I was gonna say something. Oh, hey, and there is a vampire Batman in one of the comics. So they could do that. Maybe that's what they're doing.
I can imagine.
Like at the end of it, he just turns into a vampire. Man-Bat? Yeah. Well, no, there's Man-Bat, which is an actual bat.
Oh yeah.
And then there's one where Batman legit, and he becomes like a bad guy.
Yeah.
And like he's a vampire, and he's like sucking people's blood, and so both of those would be cool. Think about at the end, it's just for Robert Pattinson just turns into a giant fucking bat.
Well, when I watch some glitter and shit, that would fuck everybody's day up in the movie.
Yeah. He should glitter in the sunlight. That'd be fun. I give the trailer good trailer. I am excited to see. Did Zack Snyder do that one, or who did that?
His name's Matt Reeves.
He looks good.
Let me figure out what he does. He does some, but here's my next question. How do we feel? Have you guys seen the trailer for Mortal Kombat?
Yes.
I have not.
Watch it.
Yes, you have to. So Matt Reeves is the guy who did the Planet of the Apes movies, the new ones.
Ooh, those are good. I like them. Didn't we watch one day?
We
watched the last one together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was good. For those of you who would like to know, my girlfriend probably hated me. She's like, "Why are you adding me?" But she does not like watching the monkeys ride the horses. She's just like, biologically, that doesn't make sense.
But we're close to monkeys, so I mean, it makes sense.
Imagine you're just chilling, right? And this fucking chimp is just on a horse, like an assault rifle.
A spear, bro. Oh yeah, they do pull up with assault rifles.
Isn't there like a thing? Like, there's a certain group of monkeys that have reached the Stone Age, and so like that's the whole thing. Like, the monkeys are gonna come take over the world now, just like in the Planet of the Apes.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. 1, 2. I have seen silverback gorilla, like I've Googled silverback gorilla fights, and that is terrifying.
Google
yeah,
it.
No, we would die. Yeah, definitely. I can see that. I see why they shot Harambe. It makes sense.
That kid
It's fucked up.
There we go, and we just got demonetized.
It's okay. We're not running ads on this one.
All right, P.
I miss him. Thanks out, everybody.
That shit. Okay, here we are. We're there, man. We're fucking there.
Okay, I'm watching this trailer. I'm gonna be quiet for a minute. I'm gonna send the timeout zone.
Speaking of comics, Raul, do you watch My Hero?
Do I what?
Do you watch My Hero Academia?
Yeah. Caught up.
Are you excited for what's? I think it comes out at the end of this month.
Does it? Yeah. Well, the thing is, I read the manga.
Oh, how caught up are you? We can have a conversation about this.
So like I'm on the part where like the villains are doing their own. They run into that society.
Oh, what are they?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, what are they? They're called what are they called? Like the paranormal? It's something like that.
Yeah, something weird.
Okay.
So that's when I stopped because I was like, what? And kind of lost interest. But I do know what happens like this whole next season.
Okay.
Which it was good. It was good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely, I think, one of the stronger, especially like that's the one I recommend for a lot of people who like, if you like comics, My Hero Academia is just it. Like, I don't know, I think it's just really well written. I know a lot of people like to say it's fun. Like, I feel like a lot of people like to say it's fun to say it's like mid tier, but it's like, I don't know. I like that they put like caps on like the powers and stuff. It's like if Sky High was better.
Wow.
I love Sky High was dope. Kurt Russell as like Superman, shit. I just thought it was creative, and like I like that creativity in like my like shows. And I like that they have like caps and like it's not about who has the best quirk, but how creative you are with it. Like I think that shit's cool.
I will say for the Oval Heart, it hit different when I was reading like the end when he goes like full cowl or the 100%. Like if it hit 100% different than the animation.
So better or worse?
Better. It was actually better.
In the manga or
in the manga.
Oh, okay.
And then the fight with the big guy, the gum, what's his name?
Fat Gum and
Fat Gum. Yes, that was a good part in manga.
Yeah, I definitely think they do. Them and Black Clover right now do a good job of making sure that like the side characters get as much love as like the main.
Now, do you say manga or manga? Because I don't want to piss off.
I don't care. As long as I get to enjoy talking about the content, I will.
Manga.
What's it?
Japanese comic books. I don't give a shit.
What's that one scene? The latest scene from The Office. Stanley's like.
That's called.
And it is art. Okay, so I just watched the Mortal Kombat trailer. I am much more excited for the Mortal Kombat trailer than I am the Batman movie.
Yes.
Mortal Kombat looks fire.
It looks sick, good. Bro. It looks good. I like how they incorporated Jax losing his arms.
Yeah, that's insane.
Right in the beginning. That's pretty dope. Like, I'm excited. I think this is gonna be a good one.
But I was talking to some of my friends about it. One of them commented that Luke Cage hasn't been seen.
No,
and a lot of people. Yeah.
I know
he wasn't in the trailer.
Yeah, because people wanted to be like a lot like the original. Because in the original game, Luke Cage is one of the characters that fights in the tournament. I don't know how they're gonna do that. Maybe they have him hidden away somewhere.
Yeah.
But if you want to get hyped, Sub-Zero is a character. If you have ever, for those of you who are listening and like action movies, just like pure martial arts, and not just like.
Oh wait! Luke Cage is the actor one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh well, his daughter's in there, Sonya. That's probably why.
No, that's his wife.
That's his wife. Wait, who's his daughter?
No, he has a daughter, but that's not. That's later.
What? That's later.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm confused. Never mind.
So basically, so really fast. So the first Mortal Kombat has Sonya. Her name's Sonya Blade, and then you have Luke Cage. And then so in the new Mortal Kombat ones, they're all older, and you find out that they had a daughter together, and her name is Cassie Cage.
Yeah.
Got it.
So this is the first game. The new games have the daughter in it. You're fine.
Okay.
Wait, if you like, so the original, the guy who plays Sub-Zero is in a movie called The Raid. And if you guys haven't seen The Raid and you like
That's him. Wow.
the brother,
Yes.
the brother, that's Sub-Zero.
The Raid is wild. Just FYI, whoever wants to watch it.
Top five action movies, just like kung fu.
It literally the whole movie.
Yeah, it's full all gas no brake.
Exactly.
Hype.
Hey, did you hear about All Gas No Brakes?
Know who they?
You don't know who All Gas No Brakes is?
No.
So it's like this dude on YouTube, right? And he goes around in an RV, and he like interviews like people, and like he'll just like interview. It's like crazy people. So like for example, he was out
like Trump rallies and shit.
Yeah, exactly. So like when they were doing the one of my favorite ones I've seen of his is he went to Florida, and he went out. They were doing a watch party for when SpaceX launched one of the rockets. And he went out, and he was just like would hold a mic. He just holds a microphone up to people. Will ask them like what? Yeah, just ask them like a question and just lets them go rant.
Yeah, it's great.
And but the thing about it is, he got kicked out. He's not a part of All Gas No Brakes anymore.
What?
So what happened is, I was watching this on the shout out to the H3H3 podcast for keeping me in the loop. The company, so he pitched the show to some production studio or some agency. I forget the name of it. But so what the production studio did was they bought him an RV, and I gave him a little bit of money to go around and go do the show. So they gave him it was like 5,000. It's not like a couple thousand. It wasn't a lot. Well, now that the show is like super fucking popular, they kicked them out because they were already taking like a large chunk of all the video proceeds, and like they had a Patreon, and they were taking a large chunk of it. I think like the actual guy from All Gas No Brakes was only making like 5 or 10% of like the proceeds. But now they just cut him completely from it, and they're just taking the name, and they're gonna just get a new dude to host it. But they're kicking him out completely, and he doesn't have any they're not giving him any royalties or anything.
They did him dirty.
Yeah, they did him hella dirty.
Because this man travels. He goes to every event.
He's so committed. He went to Donald Trump Jr.'s book signing and
was
interviewed
Area 51.
Yeah, dude, he's so good. He was at the when they were doing the Black Lives Matter rallies.
Yes,
and he was there.
The Minneapolis when everything was on fire.
Oh my God, those were crazy. Like he does so good, and people will talk to him, and I just find it a travesty that he's getting screwed over like that. But this is recent. And so
Alien Con. Okay, so if anyone who hasn't seen it, All Gas No Brakes, watch the Alien Con one. That one is hilarious, bro. It's just asking like these people who believe in aliens, like,
but
what
turn
they
that
think.
Turn that ad blocker on.
Listen to what they say, and it's wild.
Dude, there's some crazy. The Area 51 one's also a crazy one as well. So the H3H3 podcast that I watch, they did an interview with him, and he talks about like the behind the scenes on some of the episodes, and it's pretty fucking crazy. But so that's a travesty. So I forget the name of the guy who created All Gas No Brakes is. All Gas No Brakes. Andrew Callahan. So anybody out there, make sure if you go support him, because he does amazing shit, and he's good to some good stuff. Oh, hello. But I think he'll do okay because he got a deal with Tim and Eric's show. You know, they're like production studio, so I think they're gonna do a TV show together.
That'd be cool.
So I think that should be good. But speaking of that.
I'm not much of a YouTube person. I feel lame for that. You guys want to talk about books? Like that's like my realm. I'm not YouTube. It's like I know YouTube. I'm like it's usually about learning how like Magic the Gathering. Now we're getting in the Warhammer. Well, at least me and Gunnar are getting in the Warhammer.
Oh yeah, shout out to all our Warhammer friends out there.
Even if you don't like Warhammer, if you like good lore, like read about Warhammer. It's pretty dope.
Everybody out there, we're going orcs all the way, baby.
Well, this is really awkward. Now I gotta bring the band and tell them I'm going a different direction. But let me see. I actually had a book I wanted to show Gunnar at least. Hold on one sec. Raul, if you play D&D, I would show you this book. But
you're basic, bro. Speaking of that, would you want to do a D&D campaign on the podcast?
I have no idea what is going on.
Okay, have you ever played like
you watched that scene in Stranger Things?
Yeah, have you watched that scene where he casts fireball? No, he doesn't cast fireball. He casts healing hands because he wants to save his teammates or whatever.
Which is weak. Fireball for the win.
You don't fuck your friends, okay? Let them die. They can make a new character. Steve's bard sucked anyways, okay?
Just know, I would fuck over everybody all the time.
That's okay, and you're allowed to do that. My best character.
I will set you on fire, Gunnar.
That's fine.
If that's in my realm of possibility, I'm gonna do it.
Me and Gunnar have gotten in like borderline fist fights.
Yeah, we almost we had to take a break
stood up in the middle of the game, and we were like, "Fuck you," and he was like, "Fuck you too." I'm like, "All right, well here we go then."
It also doesn't help too that we're all me and Daniel are pretty good at Daniel's really good at the game. Like he knows the rules really well. So usually when I get into in-game fighting, it's okay, I can handle myself. But when I'm going up against Daniel, he can beat the shit out of me, and so that's when I get really mad too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The character
you go for the cheap shots.
No, my character's like Batman. My character was literally designed to be like Green Arrow meets Batman.
Yeah.
So we had to do our DM put us against we had a fight in a tournament. And so the way we send secrets is we text each other. So I texted him as soon as he says go, I'm shooting a flashbang at him, and then I'm shooting him in the knee. And literally he's go. I'm like, all right, you're blinded. He's like, I can't see anything, and I'm like, yeah. Then I take your knee out, bitch. And then I close the gap, and I'm like, all right, here we go.
That was so good.
All gas, no brakes.
Yeah. But so you played your ranger. I played a barbarian. And we got into some beef. I forget what it was about.
Oh, that one was okay. So yeah, so basically we have free reign to do what we want in the game. You're given a set of parameters, and so for example, this is for those of you who ever want to know what D&D is like. This is what it's like. All right, Raul, you are in a building right now. Let's say you're at your house. You hear a noise coming from outside the window. What do you do?
I peek through the window.
Okay. You peek through the window and you see what looks to be a small, we'll say goblin for this, just because it's D&D. You see a small goblin rummaging through your trash.
Nice.
What do you do?
All right. I'm taking my baseball bat and I'm gonna go beat it up.
Okay. So before you go beat it up, you have to do what's called an attack roll. So you'll do a roll. That's where the dice come in. The dice basically explain the relationship between you and the world. And then me as the DM, I tell you what that relationship is. So, for example, you would roll, and so there's a number you have to hit to make sure you actually hit the goblin, or I guess cat if we're in real life. So I would say either you hit or miss. So if you hit, you would roll another set of dice that determine your damage. Now, what I like to do when I play, and I got this from Critical Role, so no one can accuse me of stealing, is that when you get the finishing blow, I let you decide how it is you finish off the monster or creature or person that you're fighting. So I'd be like, all right, you kill it. All right, how do you want to do this? And you get to
describe.
You get your hero moment.
All right, so this is it, right? You listen. So I hit the goblin one time, knock him on the ground, right? I drag him to the curb and I curb stomp him.
Oh,
that's allowed. Okay.
That's
curb stomp a goblin.
And so then if there were others, I would roll for them and be like, oh, you curb stomping them, scared them off, they run away.
Yeah.
But you made a noise, so now you have other people coming outside, and then you have to explain why there's a curb.
Yeah, it's his bitch ass screaming after I curb stomped him.
Yeah, so then let's say one of your neighbors is a goblin. He's like, what did you just do? That's my Uncle Lenny.
So then
And now you got
then
yeah.
you either fight your way out, or you can try and talk your way out.
Wait, can I just avoid everything and just be friendly at the beginning?
Yeah,
I
you
just
could.
say, I just stay inside.
Yeah,
then that's it. You stay inside.
I definitely wanted to do like pacifist runs and just try to kind of really like, no, don't want to fight. I think that's really fun. You could do that if you wanted to not do the campaign and you wanted to become a beet farmer, which is something we have talked.
That's a running joke in our campaigns.
Yeah.
Nah, it's cool. I'd beat everything. If I had a chance to attack, I'm attacking.
Oh yeah, we're usually murder hobo all the way.
All right, cool.
Yeah, but that's pretty much D&D. It's just a lot of. It's like you're playing a video game in your head, and it's really good. Daniel does a really good job storytelling. So when he DMs, it's always a lot of fun. But that's something, if you guys, listeners out there, if you guys want to see that, let us know. Leave a comment. But that's probably something we will do in the future because I just think it'll be think it's good. But so anyways, I think we'll save our D&D story for next time.
Yeah.
Call it good. I think we've been going long enough. Any final remarks, anybody?
Yeah, I'll do a plug for a couple of things that I have read and are enjoying. I don't have it with me because it's on the other side of the room. But here, let me go get it. Raul, you can go first, and I'll get my stuff, and I can do my plugs.
Wait, what am I doing?
You got anything you plug? Anything you're watching right now? Anything you want to say?
Gotcha. You know what? If you're looking for a new survival game, we probably mentioned it earlier in the podcast, but we're playing Valheim right now. Super small game right now, alpha type game, still in the works, getting bugs and gonna get better in the future. But try it out. Grab a group of friends. It's $20, easy buy. You're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm playing with Raul right now. He got me into it. It is so much fun. Valheim. It's an alpha game, but it's not. It's only a gigabyte of download.
Yeah.
And it's a tiny game, but there's a lot to do.
It's a huge world.
And it's a lot of fun. It reminds me, if anybody out there who's played The Forest, has a lot of feeling. I feel a lot to that, where it's kind of like you build a base, you gotta go like fight some shit, but it's like a lot of it's like you gotta like build and stuff. So it's a lot of fun. And for $20, I can only see the game improving. So I gotta agree with Raul. Anybody out there looking for a new game, Valheim, check it out. And then for me, Vampire Night all the way, dude. I'm on episode 7. That's just good.
Is it as homoerotic as you were hoping it would be?
That and then some. Especially right now, because the two main boys that are fighting over the one girl, they're really getting into it. So there's some moments there where I'm like, just kiss, just kiss, just get over it. Just a little bit. Yeah, a little bit, Let's make love, not war.
All right, so here I got a few things to plug right now, just because this is where I get to talk about my stuff. So first one, this is a book called The Nevernight Chronicles. It is by a dude named Jay Kristoff, who is one of the dopest dudes. If he ever somehow hears this podcast and he responds about it, I've made it. I have lived a good life, and I can die happily. So Nevernight Chronicles is about a girl who lives in like a version of it's based off of like Roman and Italian culture. Has a connection with the darkness and joins a league of assassins that to seek revenge on her family. She is able to like blend in with shadows and stuff like that, and it's a super cool, dark, adult fantasy novel if you enjoy fantasy. The cover is also super gangster. I want this cover tattooed on me because I think it looks really cool.
It does look nice.
It's a 3-part series. He is coming out with a new book in September called Empire the Vampire, which is supposed to be super dope. Second one is a manga, and it is called Hell's Paradise. Jigo Kuraku. This is the art. It's about a ninja who is literally like the bane of all existence, who is captured and is put on death row. He is given the job to find an elixir of immortality for the shogun, and if he does that, then he will be allowed to see his wife again, who is like the one person. He's John Wick. He's Ninja John Wick on an island.
Did his dog die?
No, but he wants to see his wife again, and he's about to John Wick these bitches on this island.
Is he better than Afro Samurai?
I mean, this is what the back art looks like.
What?
Very, very, very edgelord.
Very, very edgelord. And last thing, if you enjoy D&D, Nicholas Eames, Band of the Wild or Kings of the Wild, it is literally about a D&D party who retires and gets pulled back into it to save the daughter of one of the old members.
That sounds pretty good though.
Super dope. Yeah. So the main guy, this guy in the middle, Clay, his name's Clay Cooper, literally retires and starts a farm. Does a beet farm.
He does the beet farm? Oh, dude.
His buddy's like, we gotta go save my daughter. He's like, round them up, boys.
Ooh, dude, that's the dream. Oh my god.
So, Kings of the Wild, if you are by Nicholas Eames, if you love D&D or even just like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones, dope series. They're based off the D&D, like it's about parties, D&D parties, but they're based off of bands. So they go on like tours, and they'll go to coliseums and they fight monsters because that's like their live show, and stuff like that. So super dope. Check it out. For shows, Tiger and Bunny is what I'm watching on Netflix, which is basically like adult My Hero Academia. Yeah. Big plug.
Nice.
Good talk about what I like to read and shit.
Good shit. That was good. Well, thank you everybody for listening. Sure you can like us, give us a comment. If you have any questions, concerns, you can send us an email at gaifusforlaifus@gmail.com. Check out our TikTok, and then we're going to be trying to do our Instagram at Gaifus for Laifus. We'll be trying to blow that up a little bit. But thank you all for your support. Thank you for those who've been listening. We hope you listen again, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yep, pleasure.
And thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Raul, for joining me. And you guys have a good one.
Good night and goodbye.
Bye-bye.